Come on, and here we go. From Unusual Whales, Jim Cramer has said it's time for investors to take some profit in this hot market. There we go, guys. That's all I needed to hear, right? This is music to my ears. Why? Jim Cramer, Elon Musk said this, guys, not me, okay? Not I, but Elon Musk did. From back in 2000 something. 2000s. Elon Musk said to Jim Cramer, Elon Musk said Jim Cramer is a contraindicator, right? A contrarian indicator, guys, right? So whatever he usually says, not all the time, but majority of the time, the opposite always happens. So Jim Cramer right now is telling the investors, I don't even know, is this financial advice? First things first, it's never financial advice, guys. But he stated that it's time for investors to take some profit in this hot market. Yes, he isn't wrong though. Why? Because it's never, if you made profits, it's never a bad thing to cash out, so to speak, right? As in, if you make profits, it's never a bad idea to take some out, right? Out of the table, off the table. But if he's saying it's a hot market, guys, it just means it's going to get hotter then, right? It's about to rip upwards. Come on, please. Look at this. QQQ hit an all-time high today of $411.56 and closed at its highest price in history. The stock markets, so every market out there is creating new all-time highs. What about cryptocurrencies? Remember, cryptos are last, okay? The DXY is falling, guys. Cryptocurrencies are last. I just need Bitcoin to create a new all-time highs. To create a new all-time high, guys, and it's, oh my, 2024 is about to be insane. S&P 500 has finished green in 13 of the last 15 United States presidential election years with an average gain of 10%, okay? This is we're looking at history right now, guys, okay? The only two times the SPX finished in the red were the global financial crisis and dot-com bubble. Exclude those events, and the average yearly gain is 15%. Wow, that's insane, guys. So basically, in each United States presidential election year, what happened to the S&P, right? It's usually green, right? A gain of 10% plus, guys. What's fascinating to me is 2000 was a dot-com bubble. 2008 was the housing bubble pop, right? Those are the only 2 years that it went in the negative, guys. What if we do create new all-time highs but go back in the negative, right? Again, we're basically traversing through uncharted waters. Now this will tell us what's going to happen in the year 2024. This is basically like a cheat code, guys. You can't make this up. The market is now pricing in a base case of 7 interest rates cut. This is the I can't do it anymore, guys. What is happening here? The market is pricing in a base case of 7 interest rate cuts in 2024. In the year 2024, the market believes that the Fed will cut 7 times, guys. What? Guys, I don't know what's happening anymore, because January 31st is the next decision on the rate cuts, guys. Now this will tell us when the market will probably top out at, because usually when the Fed cuts, guys, maybe 1 to 2 cuts later, right, the market then tumbles, like literally plummets. Why? Because the Fed knows that something is breaking, guys, right? So they start cutting to save the markets, but they can't. They were too slow. So if we do have, like, let's just say 1 to 2 rate cuts in. So we see March 20th, 2024, the first rate cut is probably about to occur. Okay, it's going to occur. And then May. So if we have like a 1 to 2 rate cut leeway, guys, I don't know, maybe in the middle is April, right? So we're safe, I guess, till March maybe, right? So I'm not too worried, guys. That just means they're giving time to the markets, not just cryptos, but every market out there, to pump up, guys, before they literally rug pull everyone. Justin, billionaire Tim Draper says Bitcoin will hit 250K in the year 2024. What? These billionaires are predicting Bitcoin will hit 6 figures in the year 2024. Wait a moment. Is that even a possibility? Possibly. Why? Listen to this, guys. Everyone believes this is what's going to happen to Bitcoin. Okay? We're just going to go sideways and then pump, guys. Right? But what if this happens? Do you guys see this parabola that's forming? Right? Which means if this were to happen, guys, will we see a top in Q1, Q2 of 2024, right? the best, if I was the market maker, right? If I was a whale, if I was an insider, you know what I would do? I would pump it up. Why? Because there are people waiting for it to dump, guys. But will the market give them that? No! Right? No. It's max pain. The most max pain scenario is if they pump Bitcoin higher, guys. Right? So people will have to then what? Buy in when it starts pumping. Right? Or else they're going to get left behind. So, which will obviously fuel the price of Bitcoin to go higher and higher and higher. Right? So, I don't know, guys. It is a possibility, especially with the ETFs. But in the short term, we may see a small pullback here in January. I'm not too sure. But here's another chart, guys. Right, and obviously XRP will have to pump, guys. Right, XRP is no longer going to be suppressed because of the SEC and whatnot. Right, the suppression is now out, guys. They let go of the suppression, so now it's going to pump with the market. So this is why every boat will rise. Unless you are a full-time trader making money from 2% moves, you should not be flipping in and out of your positions here. Why? Because if you make one mistake, guys, it's literally game over. This is why I'm not doing anything, right? I am in an XRP long, like 6x, guys, which is insane, but what's it called? That it's a very small position, okay, for myself. It's a small position, guys. Now, right here, this was in 2021, guys, the total altcoin market cap. Now, this is the current total altcoin market cap, okay? And basically, we are in this orange box, right? If we follow it, we're going to go sideways for some time, then pump in the later portion of 2024. But I don't know, guys. I have a strange feeling it's going to happen quicker. Q1, Q2, right? We may see a new all-time high. That's insane to think about because it's never happened before, guys. But that's how they usually wrong foot people, right? Like if some type of white swan event happens, prices pump up when people least expect it, right? Earlier than people expect as well, because people think it's going to go higher after the halving for Bitcoin. But perhaps what if it tops out at that point, right? I don't know, guys. We're just coming up with different scenarios so we could be prepared for anything. From TechDev, for a third time, altcoin market cap has broken above the monthly Bollinger Band center and breached the top band. Why does this matter, guys? Right? Not to mention, it's because it's about to go parabolic upwards. It's about to pump, guys. But not to mention, and this is the highest compression of all three. This is right here, guys. Why? Because as we can see by the lines right here, right, it's not that coiling up or compressing, right? Over here it is though. Look at that, guys. It's much smaller, right? It's much more tight. So, which means it's going to be more explosive if it does go up, guys. Okay, so maybe they're preparing the charts to go parabolically upwards. Not to mention Bitcoin closing in on a weekly golden cross for the first time in history. That's insane, guys. Right? A golden cross and death cross. Golden just means it's golden, right? It's going to go higher. The death cross means it's about to die, guys. So on the weekly, we have never literally seen. We have seen it at death cross right there, but I think that was just a fake out, guys. Right here, we're about to see a golden cross, right? But usually when these occur, we pump. We dump, right? With the golden cross, we dump. With the death cross, we pump when it does occur. But then afterwards, it goes back up, right, or back down. So if we do see a small dump, guys, on the horizon, maybe January, it times perfectly with the ETFs. I wouldn't be too fearful. But not financial advice, guys. Institutional crypto investors are anticipating rising crypto prices in the year 2024. There we go. It has to be. The stock market literally rose like the phoenix, guys. Why can't crypto do it? And this is so much little. There's barely any liquidity in this market compared to the stock market. So of course they could pump it up if they wish to, right? It's all manipulated. So they believe some type of bullish narrative to form in 2024, as we see right here. The positive outlook on allocations aligns with the anticipation of rising crypto asset prices in the year 2024. The optimism has surged, but who was here? Who was the first people to get bullish, guys? We were literally bullish in the year 2022 summer. Who else was? No one. But we're ahead of the damn curve. Not financial advice. Justin, they're getting prepared because United States Congressman Warren Davidson says 2024 would be a great time to fire Gary Gensler and hold the SEC accountable for its corruption. There we go. Right? They're literally trying to fire. Wow. Whoa. Wait a moment. This is the most craziest thing I've ever seen, guys. Did we just not talk about today? In the earlier video, guys, I just posted today for the Riddlers portion, right? That there's one button left for the US SEC, and if it falls, does that mean it's goodbye to the SEC? What? 2024 would be a great time to fire Gary Gensler, right? Pass the SEC Stabilization Act. So they want to hold him accountable, guys, right? Because there's a lot of corruption going on. So things need to change, right? What needs to happen? A new guard needs to take its place. But it's all coming into fruition, guys, right? It's like a performance, so to speak, right? Institutional trillions of dollars are on the way in the crypto markets. Why? XRP and Bitcoin are the only assets with legal clarity. Exactly. When the money flows in, where will they go to? You guessed it, perhaps XRP as well, because it has legal clarity, right? There's a narrative behind XRP, but with these other coins, no, there isn't, or probably less than XRP. But check this out.
SEC that are leading us to that conclusion.
January 10th is the date specifically that a lot of folks are watching here. You know, prices have been rising in advance of anticipation for approval. Do you think they will continue to rise if indeed the spot Bitcoin ETFs are approved?
Well, in the very short term, because of the big move we've had, and it's an anticipatory move based on the expectation that a spot Bitcoin ETF will be approved, one or more, and it probably is more. So there has been a big anticipatory move. Those who have been moving in and enjoying some nice profits will probably, quote unquote, sell on the news. That's an expression that traders use. So you anticipate the event, bid up the price.
So she's basically saying in January, if the ETFs goes live, it's going to be a buy the rumor, sell the news event, guys, right? So we may see a pullback during that time frame, but we'll probably keep going higher because
and then sell on the news. Now, but that will be very short term, because what we think is going to happen here is that the SEC is going to be giving Bitcoin, a spot Bitcoin ETF, the green light for institutional investors to participate. I think a lot of institutions have been reticent before the SEC approves a spot Bitcoin ETF to do very much at all in the crypto asset world. And all we need is for the trillions of dollars in institutional assets out there to...
Trillions! We're not talking about millions, billions, but we're talking about trillions. Come on, come on.
Allocate maybe 0.1% or 0.2% to an ETF. Which will be one of the easiest ways to gain exposure and one of the most efficient ways to gain exposure to Bitcoin. And that will move the price significantly. And just for some perspective here, right now...
Basically, she said if only a small percentage, guys, right, they allocate their capital into Bitcoin, it's going to move the price of Bitcoin significantly. But every other coin out there is tied to Bitcoin's liquidity, which means everything else will pump magnificently, guys. I'm done. I'm super excited. Come on, please.
We're at 19.5 million Bitcoin outstanding.
Okay, so we're going to pause right there. I'm going to have all the links on so you guys investigate further, okay? So the official date is January 10th of 2024 for the ETFs to go live. December 29th to January 10th, guys, okay? I mean, last but not least, just look at Michael Saylor. Bought another 14,620 Bitcoin, worth $615.7 million, okay? So all these people are buying like never before. I mean, I'm glad I'm already in, guys, right? I'm not trying to FOMO right now at this point. I'm already set. We should have been. We had time. But now, just please pump it and never stop until they lure everyone and then a black swan occurs and everything falls. The sky then falls. Not financial advice. Let's see, guys. It's about to be very exciting and possibly terrifying at the same time, right? Excitement and grief. Who knows in the year 2024? Not financial advice. Let's be prepared. What is that? Sophie's amazingness. See ya.